Okay guys, let's take a look at these three problems, see how well you did on it. Right away, number one is an example where you don't have to multiply. You can already see the opposite numbers, so which are the y's. We have a -1 and a +1. So by just adding them right away, 6x plus 2x is 8x. These two will eliminate, and then 23 plus 17 is 40, I believe. So then now all you have to do is divide by 8. So you get x equals 5. Now again, that's only part of your answer. So go back to the original problem that's typed here and choose the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter which one. If you did your math correctly, you should get the same answer as me. I'm personally going to pick the bottom one, Looks like this. And I'm going to plug 5 back in for x. So 2 times 5 plus y equals 17. 2 times 5 is 10. And then I'm going to subtract the 10, and I get y equals 7. So again, both of these are your answers, but you write them as a coordinate point. X is always first because it's alphabetized. So those two lines would hit at that point. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2, we do not have opposite anywhere, but we could easily make it just by multiplying one of them. If you notice, these are both +1. Well, the opposite of a +1 is a -1. So if I multiply just the top equation by -1, that means I can get my x's to be opposite values. So when I change it, it's going to be -x plus 7y, because a negative times a negative makes a +7, so everything's going to be opposite, equals -15. So again, I'm multiplying the top one by -1. I'm just going to put the bottom one right back underneath it. And this way, so now look, I made the x's opposite. I can add them up. 7 plus 6, oh, I'm sorry, the x's will eliminate because they're opposites. 7 plus 6y is 13y equals, add those two together and you get -26. And again, you always get your calculator, double check your numbers here. Opposite of multiplying by 13 is divided by 13. So y equals -2. Now again, that's only part of your answer, so go back to the original typed problem and choose, the top or the bottom. From there, plug this in and find the other letter. So I'm going to pick the bottom one, x plus 6y equals -11. I'm going to plug this back in, so x plus 6 times -2 equals -11. And then from there, that's going to let me, I'm going to multiply. So x, 6 times -2 is -12. So then the opposite of subtracting, or the negative, is a plus. So I get x equals +1. So 1, -2. So hopefully you're getting these answers, guys. Last but not least, number 3, there's no opposites at all again, but I can't just multiply one of them because that still won't make opposites. So I have to multiply both of them. I'm going to choose the x. I like 4 and 5 because I know the lowest number of 4 and 5 can both change into is 20. So what I'm going to do is multiply this by -5 to every number so that this becomes a -20, because you want one of the numbers to be negative and the others to be positive. So -20x, -5 times -5 is +25y, and equals -7 times -5 is 35. Then from there, I'm going to multiply the bottom one by +4. And I'm multiplying it by +4 so that the bottom x is still a +20, because I already have a -20 up here. So 20x plus 28y equals, so 31 times 4 in the calculator, I got 124. This is so that when I add these two together, the 20s will eliminate. So I'll cross those off. 25 plus 28 is 53y equals 35 plus 124, 159. So now I'm going to divide by 53. Divided by 53, and I got y equals 3. Use your calculator, sometimes the numbers get big. And then from there, you just pick, again, your original type problem. I'll pick the top one, 4x minus 5y equals -7. And I'm just going to plug 3 in for y. So 4x minus 5 times 3 equals -7. Now, since it's a -5, this is going to be a -15. So then I'm going to add the 15 over, because it's subtracting, the opposite is adding. And then divide by the 4, so x equals 2. And there is your answer. So the next part of class, guys, we are going to solve systems by graphing, and that's why we were graphing so much the past couple classes. From there, on Wednesday when I see you again, we're going to be reviewing the systems of equations. If you need help with any of this, come in at Nest. So next set of notes now is going to be graphing systems.